Hey, I'm going to give it to Trevor. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, my name is Trevor Groth. I am Director of Programming for the Sundance Film Festival. Yay, Sundance. Yeah, that's where I first met Marianna at Sundance, and where I first met the director of the film you're about to watch, The Lion's Mouth Opens, Lucy Walker, who's an amazing documentarian. Yeah, Lucy. She's an incredible filmmaker. And so when I knew that they were collaborating on this film, I was very excited to watch it because I am a great admirer of both of their work, but I didn't know what the film was about. And so when I watched it, I was completely floored and really rattled me as a programmer about how to sort of contextualize what I had just seen and how it might work at the festival. I guess without further ado, The Lion's Mouth Opens.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, and for making this beautiful food, and for having us be a part of your destiny, which is so important to all of us. Thank you. Thanks, Bryce.
Tomorrow is a big day, and tonight is a big night, and no matter what happens, we'll all still be here tomorrow, and we'll all still love each other as much as we love each other now, and yeah, a great support group here.
Thanks, Jason. This moment is so crazy. It's so surreal for me, but I'm so happy that you guys are here, and I really love you guys, and I feel your support so deeply, each and every one of you. And I don't think I could really do it without you guys. Like, I couldn't have done this show without each of you. So thanks for being there for me.
Tonight, what is it that got you involved in tonight's festivities?
What got me, well, I just finished working, doing a show with Tyler Ritter, and absolutely fell in love with him. He's just a great, great young man, and he contacted me and said, "Hey, we're doing this inaugural fundraiser for Huntington's disease," and he told me a little bit about the history with his family being involved directly and then indirectly and then directly again with this disease. It's I don't think a lot of people know about it. Certainly those that are affected, but to help out, to find out about what we can do as a community to come down and help out. And as soon as he called me up, and I actually had something else on the schedule, but I cleared the schedule because I wanted to be here for him.
Yeah, very nice family, nice guy, so, you know, that definitely.
Terrific, and that's what's important. I think that's, you know, there are a lot of causes out there. There are a lot of people that have got a lot on their plate. And this is a disease that I did not know a lot about. I do have, you know, I myself am a cancer survivor. Everybody has a journey. Everybody has a couple of roadblocks. And when I found out about this and I knew how much it affected and how close it had come to Tyler and the rest of the Ritter clan, I said, count me in.
First off, I'm a huge fan. So, and been watching Big Bang since the beginning. And my cousin gave me like the DVDs because I had to get caught up because I missed like the first season. And so she gave it to me, and within a weekend I was done.
Well, that's I'm happy to hear that. It can go by fast.
It can.
Next thing you know, yeah.
And the first time I saw it, your character, I was like, that was my dad.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to you. I think you got to give him more credit than that.
You guys, you and your wife are like popping out these kids like no tomorrow. Yeah. So now she's pregnant again.
She is.
And how old is the first one?
First one is will be 2 in May.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then the next one is due in May, so they will be 2 years apart.
That's a good age difference.
It is. It's good. It's good for them. It's scary for us at the moment.
You need to get the one potty trained first.
We're trying. We are. It's a crash course right now. We are.
It's a boy. Girl.
Yeah, we don't know what the second one.
But girls are easier to potty train.
Says you, yeah, because you don't remember. I asked your dad. We're having a little bit of a challenge, but no, she's great.
He didn't potty train me. My grandma did. We can give you some tips.
Somebody did. I thought you were going to say you still haven't made it. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be scary?
Yeah, I would leave. No, yeah. So she's doing good. She sits on the potty and that's the first step. So she enjoys.
And then you don't know yet for the next one,
We
boy
don't.
or girl.
We don't.
You don't want to know.
Well, eventually when they come out, and it's a 50-50 chance.
They
and,
slap it and tell you what it is.
Yeah, hopefully no slapping, but we will peak once the baby is out.
How did you get involved with this event, with the charity, with everything?
Marianna Palka is one of my closest friends in the world, and I was always aware of the fact that her father had Huntington's disease and was diagnosed with Huntington's disease, and that at some point she may or may not get tested for the disease herself, and so I'm really I'm here to support her, but I'm here also to support this foundation, because it's so important that people have awareness of this disease, not just because of how horrible it is and what it does to individuals and what it does to families that are affected by this illness, but because it's also the medical breakthroughs that are made in this disease connect to Parkinson's, connect to Alzheimer's, and so it is very, very important that people rigorously find a cure and rigorously seek out those medical breakthroughs.
So my grandfather passed away from Parkinson's disease.
Oh, really?
So it's something that was, I know about, and, definitely when you have the signs to go get checked, but there's a lot of people, they don't have the signs, and you should still go to your doctor and talk to your doctor about what is going on, what your family history is, and figure out a way to be proactive in your life, we have that now as our generation to be able to do that. It's right at our fingertips, and a lot of people, they're too scared to do it, but rather do it now than later when it's too late. So,
and that's and by the way, I'm so sorry that your family went through that, and
his father,
oh man,
it's a treacherous, it's a horrible thing to watch.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, and like you said, there is so much to learn, but there is so much information that's available as well, and there's a short documentary film that premiered at Sundance this year called The Lion's Mouth Opens, and that is actually about Marianna and about her decision to get tested to see whether or not she actually carried the gene for Huntington's disease, and I can't imagine the courage that it took to take that test and to face that possible reality, and she is armed with information now, and that is very powerful, but it is, like I said, it takes a lot of guts, and I would never judge anybody either way, but I am also very grateful that because of the breakthroughs in science within this generation, Marianna's generation is the first generation that can actually have that information. I'm very grateful that she had access to that information and can make decisions in her life accordingly, and I hope that the next breakthrough, and I'm certain that the next breakthrough will be a cure.
My wife, who has started Gravity 360, which is a sponsor of the event, she actually has spearheaded this entire thing. She's had a lot of help from Marianna Palka, who I've been very close with since I was 14, and my mother. A bunch of us have come together, but my wife was really the one who kind of had this idea, and she's going to be performing here tonight, and so I've been supporting her and supporting the cause, and I have a few reasons to support the cause. I've been close with the Palka family, who has tested positive for the gene. So, I think everyone here is trying to do what we can to make an impact and to find a cure. And by bringing people here, having a good time, raising money, raising awareness, we're feeling pretty good about what we've done so far.
And for people that don't know, can you tell a little bit of what the disease is?
Yeah, the disease, in its own way, it affects the same protein that Alzheimer's and Parkinson's does. So in a way, it actually kind of works like both of them in that it affects your motor abilities as well as your cognitive. So you lose control of your movements and also of your thoughts and your personality and who you are. And there have been amazing breakthroughs in research recently, which is why we've been so inspired. There seem to be other diseases out there that that have a lot of support and that have a face to them and a name and a lot of people behind, and this is one that's just as devastating as so many of these other diseases that are household names. But this didn't really have a face to it, not a whole lot of awareness behind it. So we're hoping to change that.
Okay, so first of all, talk about your experience and how you came to get this event started and get everyone involved in this.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have a really amazing mother. She's so supportive and loving, and she kind of let me be brave enough to do this. So I had so many people around, and I was kind of thinking, because I knew I was going to get the test, I was kind of thinking I should have my experience documented. So I asked Lucy Walker, who's a documentary filmmaker. She has made a lot of documentaries that have been nominated for Oscars. Like, she's a wee genius from England, and so she came on board and started filming the process. And then I felt so much trust between us that I felt like I could have my friends be there, and then everyone came for dinner before I got the result, and then after I got the result, they're there again in the timeline of what actually happened. Like, it's the film is very true to like the feeling of what actually happened. So it's like an espresso shot of intensity. Like, the film you're gonna see is so incredibly powerful, I think, for people who have ever had anything difficult happen to them, and I think that's a lot of us. So.
And what finally made you say, I have to get tested, I have to do this?
Well, it's a really personal decision. It's an individual decision, it's each person to their own. I spent my whole 20s not really wanting to get tested, and then one day I was like, I want to know, because I kind of was living in this duality. Like, I was living in a kind of parallel line, in a limbo, and I needed to like pick one road. So I just wanted to know from the powers that be. I wanted to know like what my purpose in life was, and I wanted to know what I was supposed to do, and just serve that.
And be proactive, I think, in your life of what you can,
Sure, because now there's so much to be done. I mean, there was so much to be done anyway, and Jason put it well when he said that this disease chose the wrong group of people and the wrong families to F with.
Yeah, I know. First of all, very excited to be interviewing you because I've been a big fan for a really long time. And so, of course, Parenthood. I heard you're coming back. Is that true?
I am coming back. Yeah, I have an episode coming up in a couple weeks.
Is that one episode or multiple?
It's one episode for now, and who knows?
I hope it's longer because
That would be
I have to say I love the show. I watch it all the time, and I mean I think it's one of the most underrated shows on TV.
I agree.
So
I love that show.
It is fantastic. So obviously amazing to meet you in person.
Thank you.
And I found out about this event through you.
All right.
Because through your Facebook, you had
Yes.
sent everything out, and I was like, what is this? And I had to be involved, so I contacted everyone. So I want you to discuss what got you involved in this.
Well, I've known Marianna for a long time, and she introduced me to Huntington's disease. It's in her family. You can't contract it, so if it's not in your family, there's no chance you're going to get it. But if it is in your family, like her father has it, she and any siblings that she has a sister, they both have a 50% chance of inheriting it. And it's a really awful disease, and people sometimes decide not to get tested for it because there's no cure, so they
get scared about.
And they think, what's the point of knowing? And then other people, they just want to know either way. And last year, Marianna got tested, and we are showing a movie about that process in a little bit, in an hour. And but through this whole process of Marianna sort of facing this question and being brave and going there and doing this, it sort of has energized our entire family and group of friends to really fight it and get rid of it. Any breakthroughs in Parkinson's or Alzheimer's also help Huntington's and vice versa. So everyone's sort of attacking it from all these different angles, and hopefully we'll be the last generation to have it. They've already been able to
you know, if someone who's at risk of having Huntington's wants to have a child, they can test a fertilized egg and say this one doesn't have the gene, and then put that in there so that the child for sure doesn't have it, and then the child can't pass it on. So it's little things like that where we're chipping away at it and making sure that less people have to deal with it and are worried about passing it on. And so it's on the run, and now we just have to scare it off for good.